Hey, hi everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Stuart Basker, and over the next 60 minutes I'm going to teach you how to get your website up and running all in 7 easy steps. So who is this information for? Well, this information is for you if you are a small business owner that wants to start selling products online. And as you can see by those 3 sets of statistics, on average, between 65 and 70% of all businesses worldwide, including small businesses, still do not have an online web presence. You want more traffic to your shopfront or business. You are a home-based business looking for a website. You are after fresh new customers. Well, if that's you, well then this webinar is for you. Do you want to increase your brand awareness perhaps? Or you want to increase sales and revenue for your business? And finally, you don't have technical experience. Well, if you fit into any of those categories above, then you are in the right place, and this webinar will definitely be for you. So what led me to this webinar? I served in both the Australian and British military for over 20 years. And that's me there outside Split Airport in 1997 as part of the NATO peacekeeping forces during the Balkan conflict. In 2007, after moving back to Australia in 2006, I got myself an office job working 9 till 5 as a shipping clerk. And in 2010, I decided enough was enough. I got tired of working for a boss, so I decided to bite the bullet and start my own internet company working from home. And that's where I discovered WordPress and became an expert. And so here I am today teaching you how to build a website using WordPress. So here's what I've done recently over the last 12 to 18 months. If you went in and put a search term in for Debutante Melbourne, you'll notice that the first listing belongs to a site called dazzlingdebutantes.com.au. This is a client site of mine that I helped build using WordPress and ranked it to #1 for not only this term but several other terms as well. What about all the other search engines out there? Perhaps Bing and Yahoo. Well, let's say for instance you got a panache for castles and you want to learn all about some Italian castles. Well, if you went into Bing and did a search for Italian castles, the first result that comes up would be from a site called guidetocastlesofeurope.com. This is actually my very first website that I built all those years ago, back in 2004. Or perhaps as a businessman, you want to improve sales volume. Well, if you put that search term into Google, you'll notice that the first result that comes up is salesdrive.com.au. This is also a client site of mine that I built using WordPress, and even though they're showing #3 here, they're actually #1. The 2 results above them are actually Google AdSense or pay-per-click adverts. So here's some WordPress facts that you may not be aware of, and they are very interesting, I can tell you. As of 2011, there are over 100,000 new WordPress sites created every day. That was over 100,000 back in 2011. Now you probably find today it's probably even doubled or even tripled that amount. And publishers are using WordPress to create all kinds of sites beyond blogs, news sites, company sites, magazine sites, social networks, sports sites, and much more. It's virtually, if you can probably think of a niche, there is a WordPress site built around it. As of March 2012, WordPress have been installed on over 72.4 million sites in the world. That is 72.4 million sites worldwide. And according to Google Trends, WordPress is the fastest growing web publishing platform in the world. And how's this? Indonesians are the most prolific WordPress users on the planet. When I found that out, I was taken back a bit. That's right, yeah. I would have thought maybe America, Canada, somewhere in Europe, or even one of the South American countries like Brazil or Chile or Argentina. But no, it's actually Indonesia. And how's this? WordPress has been translated and localized into at least 73, that's right, 73 different languages. And it is currently the most popular blogging system in use on the web today. So here's what we're going to be learning today. 7 steps to creating a WordPress site. So in step 1, I'm going to show you all about buying a domain name, hosting an account, and installing WordPress. In step 2, it's all about how to install themes. Step 3, how to change your permalink structure. In step 4, installing plugins. In step 5, how to upload images using a media manager. In step 6, how to create new posts and pages. And finally, step 7 is how to launch your site to the search engines and ping settings. Now don't worry if you're not sure what any of these terms mean. I'll explain each of them as we go along. So if we're ready, let's go and move on to point 1. Buying a domain name, hosting an account, and installing WordPress. Now first, I would get you to go to your search engine and type in the name Namecheap.com. Why? Well, Namecheap are one of the top domain providers out there. Their support is great, and also, if you do a search online, you could also get a coupon for the particular month you're doing a search for, and add it into when you purchase your domain and get a small discount. You know, it's not much, but it's a saving. And once you go to Namecheap, you would enter a combination of words or keywords to figure out if the domain that you want has been taken. Once you've done that, you choose the domain that you prefer, follow the prompts to purchase it, and that's it. So let me walk you through that and I'll show you what I mean. Like I said, you go in to Namecheap.com. And in here, this is where you put your search term or a word or a set of keywords related to your niche. In this instance, I'm going to use dog training fitness. Once I've done that, you click on search, and when the screen refreshes, you'll find there are a list of domains that are available. And you have domains in all sorts of endings. You got .com, .pw, and even .co.uk, and as you can see there's other ones like .me, .info, .us, .com, etc. All we're interested in at the moment is for any extension that ends in .com. Now, if the .com version of the domain that you want is not there, I'll suggest that you actually go and then choose the .org followed by the .net. But as the .com is available, I've put a tick in the left-hand box there, as you can see there. And once you've done that, you click on Add to Cart, follow the prompts, sign up for your account, set up a username and password so you can log back into it later, and add your coupon code if you have one. Now you've purchased your domain name, we need to look at purchasing some hosting. And for that, I recommend you go to hostgator.com. The same reason being is that with Namecheap, it comes highly recommended. It was recommended to me, and I recommend it to you. Their support is second to none, in that they have a live chat system set up, except for public holidays. And also, if they can't help you online, they'll actually call you. And that actually happened to me once a year or two ago back. I had a problem with one of my domains. They actually rung me, I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning their time, and about 9 o'clock at night here. And they actually sat on the phone for about 40 minutes with me, actually going through the problem. So, like I said, go to hostgator.com, and once there, you'll be given a choice of 3 hosting programs: Business, Baby, and Hatchling. Now I recommend that as we're just starting out and you only have the one domain, I'll go for the Hatchling plan. And as you can see there, it says the price starts at $3.96 a month, which equates to what? 1 cup of coffee from your local coffee shop a month that you can't have. that will provide your hosting for you. So it's not much, is it really? Once you decide on your plan that you want, click Order Now, and like your name, cheap, follow the prompts, set up your account, set up your username and password that you'll use later on to log back into your control panel, which is the engine room of your hosting account, and that's it. So our next step is actually we have to point your domain name to your hosting account so that when you install WordPress, it can be found on the internet. So we need to go back into Namecheap, click on Domains, My Account, Manage Domains, Your Domains, and then click on the domain that you want. Now, being that you only have one, they'll only show one here, but this is my own account, so I am using this particular domain name here. You click on that, follow the instructions, click Save Changes, and then you have to wait between 24 to 72 hours for the software to do its job. Once that's done, your site will be then ready to install WordPress. And to do that, we need to go into your hosting account and log into your cPanel. Now when you set up your actual and purchase a hosting plan from HostGator, they will have sent you an email with all your details on it, and also the URL you need to go to access your cPanel. And that is something along these lines. It's www. whatever your domain is, followed by /cPanel. When that screen comes up, I would suggest you bookmark it. And once you've done that, add in your username and password and click Login. And what we need to do now is actually, on the right hand side, we need to scroll down to where we come to Software Services, and we're looking for a little blue smiley face called Fantastico Deluxe, or as it's known also as WordPress. Click on there, and then on the left hand side you need to look for the tab marked Blogs, and then move down till you come to the sub-tab called WordPress. You click on that, and when the screen refreshes, you click on New Installation. And this installation is a 3-part process. Once you've done that step, click on the next step, follow the details and the prompts, and that will be your WordPress installed to your site. Now we're going to talk about how to install a theme. And a theme, all a theme really is what gives your WordPress site its look and feel. That's all it is. Let's look at it as like a house. It's the facade of the house, so when someone comes by, it's what gives it its curb appeal. And there are a lot of sites out there that just deal in WordPress themes. Some are free and others are paid for. So no matter what type of website you're building, either it be a blog site, an e-commerce site, an information site, you can virtually find a theme for any of these. So whatever your niche is, you'll find there'll probably be a theme available for it. And like I said, there are 2 types of themes available, free and paid. With the free one, which I'm going to talk about today in a bit more detail, is to do that you use the features option located via the themes dashboard. Now if you go to choose a paid theme, I recommend that you go to ThemeForest.net to find your theme. The difference between the two type of themes is, with a paid one, it has a bit more support on it, and also comes with probably a few more bells and whistles. Both types of themes are suitable, so it is, in the end, it's up to you. But if you are going to get a paid theme, once you've chosen and purchased your theme, you download it as a zip file, you upload the theme and extract it, and then you activate your theme. And the last step also goes for the free themes. So let's move on, and I'll show what I mean regarding ThemeForest. Now if you do want to do a paid theme, like I said, that's your address for ThemeForest. Once there, you look for the tab marked WordPress, and when you hit that, you find that that will come up with a pop-up of lists of themes in various categories. As you can see there, there's blog, magazine type themes, creative, corporate, retail, technology, non-profit, etc. Now I I want to run a business site. So for me, or for this bit of training, I reckon we'd probably go to the corporate because that sounds business-like. So you click on the relevant theme niche area. In this case it's corporate, and your screen will then repopulate with a set of themes related to your particular chosen niche, in this case corporate. And as you can see, it comes up with the name of the theme, a bit of information about which web browser the theme is suitable for, and also the price. Now you can purchase straight from here, or you can actually have a look at the theme and see in a bit more detail. So what you do then was you click on the actual theme that you like, in this case Jupyter, and when the screen opens up you'll be shown some screenshots of what it looks like on the various type of viewing applications, as you can see here, PC, iPhone, iPad. It gives you some extra screenshots, a bit more information. Also, it tells you once again how much it is, and it's also where you can purchase. So you just click on purchase here, download the actual theme as a zip file and save it somewhere safe. I recommend saving it to your desktop so you can remember it for later. Now I want to talk to you about how to install a WordPress via the dashboard. So when you sign up for your hosting account, like I said, they'll send you an email, and the email will contain a URL with the link of your dashboard login area, and that will usually be along the lines of this: http your domain name /wp-admin. Put that into the browser, bookmark it when it comes up, and once you've done that, you need to add your username and password as I've done there, and log in. And once you log in, you'll be taken straight to your home page /dashboard. Now to install a theme, all you need to do is go along, and on the left hand side is look for the tab marked Appearance. Click on that, and when it opens up, click on the sub-tab of Themes, and you'll be taken to the Themes area. And you'll also notice that with WordPress, it actually comes pre-installed with 3 or 4 different themes, and these are all generic themes, so which may be great if you just want to do a basic blog, but like with ThemeForest, we want to actually pick a theme related to our niche. So to do that, you click on Add New, and when the page refreshes, you'll be shown a set of options. And the first lot are, you can actually search by featured, newest, recently uploaded. You can actually do a search by keyword or use the feature filter. But we can actually do a search by keyword like we did in ThemeForest. And sticking with that and the corporate theme, we're going to look for all the themes related to business. So you put the keyword of your niche in there, in this case business, click on search, and your screen will refresh with a list of themes related to the business option. All you need to do now is actually scroll down, have a look at all of them, find the one that you like. And in this case, I like this one here called Bizway. And once you decide on your theme, click on Install Now and Activate. It will take a few seconds for it to install all the theme bits and pieces on your site. Once that's done, you're ready, and that's what it looks like. Now, if you decided to go ahead and purchase one from ThemeForest, there's actually a slightly different procedure involved. There's not much difference though. So how do we install a theme from ThemeForest? All you need to do is go back to Appearance tab, and instead of Add New, you actually need to upload the theme. And you click on Upload. Then when your screen refreshes, browse for the actual zip file that you saved earlier on. Click on Install Now and followed by Activate like you did before, and that's your theme installed. So there's only 2 extra steps, but it's not that complicated. Now you've got your theme installed, we need to change your permalink structure. And permalink structure is just a fancy word for making your domain URLs more search engine friendly. So when the search engine comes along and has a look at it, it can actually understand what your website's all about. So like I said, what are permalinks? I'll just explain that. So let me give you an example of what I mean. When you initially install WordPress, your permalink structure looks something like that. It will be www.yourdomain/*p=123 or some other variation of that ending. Now that's not really good for the search engines. It doesn't tell them exactly what your site's all about. So instead of that, we want it to be your domain name /title or keyword of the product or service or whatever it is you're writing about or want to promote. And an example of that would be www.yourdomainname/dog-training-tips. So in this case it would be www.dogtrainingfitness/dog-training-tips. So now when the search engines come along and index your site, they'll know that your site is about dog training fitness, and also this particular page or post or article is all about dog training tips. So from now on, whenever someone comes along and does a search for dog training tips, Google knows that your page is about dog training tips and will point them in your direction. So how do we edit the permalinks? It's quite simple really. All you need to do is go back to your dashboard, but this time we're looking for the tab marked Settings. And when the Settings tab opens up and it gives you the drop-down list, all you're looking for now is the permalinks. You click on that and you'll be taken to the permalinks settings section. And as you can see, the default is what we talked about before. Your domain name /*p, etc. But what we want to do is actually change it to post name. So you click that area there, followed by Save Changes, and when the screen refreshes, you'll find that now you'll have a custom structure of your domain name /post name. So now whenever you create a new page or a post, it actually becomes URL friendly, and when the search engines come along, they'll know that exactly what your post or page is all about. And that's it. That's all there is to changing your permalink structure. And like I said, we're setting up a website in 7 easy steps. So step 4 is all about installing plugins. All plugins are pieces of code that help facilitate the user experience of anyone that actually comes to your website and has a look around. And to do that, to install a plugin, all you need to do firstly is you need to do a search online via the plugins dashboard for the type of plugin you want, and there are virtually a multitude of plugins available, ranging from contact forms, spam filters, SEO, membership sites, analytics, all the way up to XML sitemaps. If you can think of a use for a plugin, there is probably one available. But before I share that, I recommend that when you do set up your WordPress site, that you have the following 7 plugins. One of them comes pre-installed, but I have included it here as part of the 7 must-have plugins. And the first plugin I recommend you have is WordPress SEO by Yoast. And this is the most complete WordPress SEO plugin that exists today for WordPress users. The second plugin is Simple Google Analytics. This plugin adds your Google Analytics JavaScript to every page for you, so you do not have to. It'd be a boring task to sit there and set up your page and then go and find the area to put the piece of code that Google Analytics gives you. That's really time consuming. Well, this plugin will save you all that and do it for you. My third recommendation is Contact Form 7. It's easy to use, and you can simply include the default form to any page and establish a contact page instantly. All that means is, with the plugin, you fill in a few details. It gives you a little bit of code that you can actually copy and paste and put it anywhere on your page or a post and set up a contact area immediately. That's how quick it is. My next recommendation is Google XML sitemaps. These plugins generate a separate XML sitemap that the online search engines use to index your site, your images, and your videos. My fifth recommendation is WordPress backup to Dropbox. Now Dropbox is a free cloud hosting service and I think when you sign up you get about 2 gigabytes of free storage space. And WordPress Backup to Dropbox has been created to give you the peace of mind that your blog is backed up on a regular basis. You can set the default backup schedule to hourly, 2-hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, etc. It does give you the peace of mind that if something goes wrong with your site, you have the latest copy downloaded and saved somewhere safe to reinstall at a later time. My next plugin that I recommend is Easy Privacy Policy. This immediately adds a privacy policy page, which also consists of an AdSense compliance area. It actually is a two-in-one, and what I mean by that is that not only does it give you a privacy policy that's simple to use, just fill in a few details and adds it, but also if you're going to use AdSense, it also provides a compliance area for that as well, so you don't have to go looking for one. And finally, my last plugin is Askomet, and this is the one that I said before that comes pre-installed, and it eliminates the majority of spammy remarks on your post. As I said, it comes pre-installed. All you need to do is just activate it, put in the API key that they ask for, and that's it. So there are my 7 recommendations. So how do we install a plugin? We need to go back to your dashboard, and this time we're looking for the plugins tab on the left hand side. Once it opens up, you'll be given an option of installed or add new. We need to click on add new, and when your screen refreshes, you'll notice that you can either install a plugin via a search, or you can click on one of the search terms down below, which are the most popular search terms. But as we're looking for a particular plugin, we're going to do a search via the search area, and to do that you need to add in your search term here, and it's going to be SEO because we're looking for the SEO by Yoast. Put in your search term there, click on search plugins. When your screen refreshes, you'll be given a list of plugins related to that particular search term, and you also notice that it's actually divided into about 3 or 4 columns. It gives you the name of the plugin, its version, its rating, and a brief description about the plugin. So we need to scroll down and look for the SEO by Yoast, and that's it there. And to install it, all you need to do then is click on Install Now, followed by Activate, and that's your SEO plugin installed, and that's all there is to it. And you do exactly the same thing for the other 6 plugins that I recommend you have, and also for every and each subsequent plugin that you want to install thereafter. Now I'm going to show you how to upload images using a media manager, and this is great to know because if you're doing a post, there's nothing better than adding a few pictures to the post to emphasize what you're talking about. Also, if you are selling a lot of products or services and you've got photographs, you want to show them off as well. So all you need to do is, once you go back to your dashboard, this time we are looking for the media tab on the left hand side. Click that. When that opens up, you click on Add New, and when the page refreshes, you are given the option of dropping a file in that box there. And what I mean by that is if you have a picture already on your desktop you want to use, you can actually drag it across, place it into that download area there that's shown, and it will automatically update for you. But if you have, say, a group of files, pictures that you want to use, and they're saved in a file for later use, what you need to do then is click on the select files, and then once you click on that, it will open up. It will ask you to navigate to the area where you've actually saved it, pick on the image that you want to upload, click on open, and from there it will actually update for you. It will upload the photo to your media library, and from the media library you can actually do some very minor edits. In step 6, it's all about how to create new posts and pages. Now before I show you how to create a post, I want to talk to you about congruency. And what do I mean by congruency? Well, it's crucial that you get this part right. In other words, when you set up a page or a post, your title is the link to your actual content of your post. And that's what I mean by congruency, in that if your title of your post says one thing, then the context of the actual page that people will go ahead and read should be related to the actual title. So going back to the old example of dog training tips, if someone clicked on that, then the article or the post or the page should refer to dog training tips, not dog training collars or dog training beds or dog food. So that's what I mean by about congruency. Your title must be the link to the body of your article. So what sort of post titles can you use? I'll give you an example here. You might be able to use, say, the promise title. It might be along the lines of how to effectively use videos to gain trust on your website, or how to effectively use whatever your website is all about, whether it's selling, offering, or giving away to solve some sort of problem or gain trust, or something like that. Another type of title you might be used is maybe intrigue. And in this instance, it might be, are your website conversions hurting due to lack of good video? Now, so long as your blog body fulfills the promise or the intrigue, then Google will rank your site better. If you start to put in rubbish, Google will slap you, and also it will turn customers away from your website. So, how do we actually create a new post? It's simple, quite really. Like before, you need to go into your dashboard, and this time we're looking for the Posts tab. Once you click on that and it opens up, you need to click on Add New Post. After your page refreshes, you'll find you'll have a blank post area. And the main constituency parts of the post area are 1, the title area, and 2, the main body of your article. So let's go ahead and I'll fill this in for you to show you what I mean. So first area is you need to put in a title, as I said. So in this case it's video creation in Melbourne. Once you've done that, you start adding the content. And what I recommend, and here's a tip for you that a lot of SEO gurus don't tell you out there, is when you put your first paragraph, you reiterate the promise that you want to make. So in this instance, my introductory paragraph is, in this article you're going to learn all about video creation in Melbourne. So that's the promise, video creation in Melbourne. And also, make sure that your article contains your keywords. And Google likes to see, on average, between 1 to 4% of your content made up of your keyword or a variation of your keyword. And what I mean by that is, if your article is going to be 300 words in length, then for every 100 to 150 words, you put one instance of your keyword. So for a 300 word article, it must probably be 3 keywords, 400 words, 4 keywords, etc. So like I said, at the very start, you got to try and put your keyword in the first paragraph, and make sure it's as close as possible to the start of the paragraph, but also keeping in mind grammar. We then go ahead and put in a few more paragraphs containing your keywords, and then finally your final paragraph should be a call to action or something like that. So in this case it's got, I hope you enjoyed learning all about video creation in Melbourne, Victoria. And as you can see, my keyword is there as well. You finish your article, your next step is to save draft, and this is where now your permalink structure comes into play. And as you can see here, it's the name of my site followed by the name of the article, which is Video Creation in Melbourne. You can now preview it, and if you click on that tab there, all it does is it opens up in a new web browser. You can look at the article, you can have a look at it for mistakes or anything else you want to do, and if you need to change it, you can go back in, make the changes, click on Save Draft again, preview, and when you're finally happy, click on Publish. And that's your first article written. Now how to create a page is virtually exactly the same as you choose for an article, The same SEO principles that I mentioned, 1 to 4% of your keywords in your article, in your page applies for this also. But the only difference is this time when you're in your dashboard, you're looking for the Pages tab and followed by the Add New. And then just follow the same you did for your article, go in, add all the content, your page title, etc., making sure that your page contains 1 to 4% of your keywords. Click Save Draft, Preview and Publish, and that's it. Now I want to talk to you about and show you how to launch your site to the search engines and ping settings. Now before we want to get started, I want to give you some quick explanations. WordPress basically gives you the ability to notify search engines that your site is live. And this is done via the ping URLs. And the ping basically helps notify the search engines that you've posted a new post or page and they come and check it out. And the analogy that I use here is, if you're in a submarine, the captain will always ask you to send the sonar guys to send out a ping, and that sends out a pulse out into the ocean, and there's something out there that hits it, comes back, picked up by the sonar guys as an echo. That's virtually what the same thing happens when you set up a new page or a post. It sends out a notification to all the search engines and the various other sites out there that come and check your site out. If you create post pages on a frequent basis, this can actually help you and your website rank higher in the search engines. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to change that. Once again, we're back into the dashboard, but this time we're looking for the Settings tab, followed by Reading, and when your page refreshes, you notice that that comes up with Reading Settings. And right down the bottom, you'll have an area marked Discourage search engines from indexing this site, which is automatically ticked. What I suggest you do is, before you untick that, is make sure that you have at least 1 or 2 pages and 1 or 2 articles or posts set up ready to go. This way, when you do make your site live, and when the search engines do come along and have a look at it, they'll have an instant understanding of what your site's all about and start driving traffic towards it. So, like I said, just untick that particular box, click on Save Options, and when your page refreshes, your site is now live. So what about ping settings? All you need to do here is back to your dashboard again, but this time we're going to click on Writing, followed by Update Services, and you'll notice, like with the themes, that WordPress has actually populated the ping URL area with one ping already, which is great. It saves you doing it, but 1 is not much. There are thousands and thousands of ping URL out there that belong to all these different services. So we need to change that and install them. And to do that, you need to go into your web browser or your local search engine that you use and type in WordPress ping list, like I've done here. And when your screen refreshes, you'll find that it comes up with a list of sites that provide these particular ping URLs. And you notice that they're all got different dates. This one here, rank number 2, is February. This one at number 4 is May, and the one above it is January. I recommend that you actually go ahead and look for the one that's got the most up-to-date list, and in this case it's number 4. So you click on the link provided there, and when your screen actually refreshes and opens up, scroll down to where the actual list is contained, highlight and copy all the ping URLs that they provide, go back to your dashboard and back to your update services list, paste the list into that area there, click on Save Changes, and when your site refreshes, you'll find that all those ping URLs that you have copied and pasted are now there. So whenever you create a new post or a page, WordPress is automatically going to notify these services that you've created a new piece of content and they come and check it out. And that is virtually how to set up your very own website, all in 7 easy steps. Now I just want to talk to you briefly about ways you can drive traffic to your website. You've done that, you built your website, and you want to start driving a bit of traffic to it. Well, I recommend that you can do Google AdWords, that's the old pay-per-click. You can use Facebook ads, which are very popular at the moment, or you can go onto forums related to your niche. So let's just recap of what we've learned today. In step 1, I've shown you how to buy your domain name, your hosting account, and how to install WordPress. In step 2, I've shown you how to install a theme. In step 3, I've shown you how to change your permalink structure. In step 4, it's all about how to install your plugin. In step 5 is how to upload and format images using your media manager. In step 6 is all about how to create new posts and pages. And finally, step 7, I've shown you how to launch your site to search engines and your pings, and to change your ping settings. Now, I've delivered massive value here today, haven't I? And I know that when you leave this webinar, you will have received a lot of great information from me, right? But if you haven't built a website before, it can seem a little daunting and overwhelming. Am I right? So what can you do about it? Is it okay if I show you the fast and easy way to make this all happen for you? Yes? Great. I would like to introduce you to my WP Blueprint training program. So what does this training program consist of? Well, it consists of 8 WP Fast Track training videos, which will be delivered weekly via my WP Coaching School membership site. And these videos will help you get your website set up and running correctly. And the great thing with that is you will be able to have the basis of your website up and running in 7 simple steps and enjoy the results instantly. And this has a value of $796. So what do these 8-week DVDs cover? Well, in week 1, it's all about WordPress basics. In this set of videos, you'll learn the creative ways to finding a domain name, as well as how to go through the process of registering that domain, as we discussed earlier. You'll also be shown several options for selecting your hosting account, as well as how to connect your domain name to your hosting account, plus much more. It goes into what we've discussed today in a bit more detail. Week 2 is all about branding. Before you brand your company, you need to know who your customer is and their demographics. Without knowing this vital piece of information, it's either going to be hit or miss, and you will ultimately waste a lot of time and money trying to figure this out. In week 3 is all about website conversions. I wondered how those big companies turn their website into an automated sales machine that just sells and converts prospects into buyers 24/7. Now, while it sounds too good to be true, it really is. It's just merely an understanding of how your prospect thinks and why most websites fail. In this set of videos, you'll learn strategies that you can begin implementing today to increase your website conversions. Week 4 is all about traffic, SEO, and social engagement. How do you know that you're targeting the right customers? How do you know the keywords that you are trying to rank for are the right ones? Well, in this set of videos, you will learn how to figure that out so that you can set yourself up for future success. Week 5 is all about list building and engagement. You know, if someone comes to your website and leaves, then how are you going to follow up with them? You see, if a visitor doesn't really know you, it can take on average 7 to 12 times or points of contact before they actually take the action to buy from you. In this set of videos, it will help you circumnavigate that, so it actually brings the point of contact down to maybe 2 or 3. In week 6, it's all about WordPress customization. You'll learn how to give your WordPress site a fresh new start so it doesn't get cluttered in the future as you begin to build it up from the ground. Week 7 is all about organization, tracking, SEO, and navigation. You'll learn how to optimize your main pages as well as your individual pages so that they are search engine friendly. Also, when you set up your pages, you need to know how to set up the navigation properly so that when someone clicks on the link that you have, they are taken to the correct page. You don't want them to click on the link about dog training tips and it takes them to a link to a page about dog food or something like that. That is the quickest way to lose a customer. And finally, week 8 is all about WordPress security. And the goal of this module is to help you do as much as possible to secure and protect yourself and its website. It will help you make sure that your WordPress site is as hacker-proof as possible. You'll also going to be getting 8 one-on-one coaching calls. And at the end of each module, you're going to get a one-on-one coaching call with me, which will help you eliminate any obstacles or roadblocks. And the great thing is that you'll be able to learn on the fly and enjoy instant results. And that has a value of $4,000. Not only that, you'll be getting 4 fortnightly Q&A sessions, which will help answer any niggling questions you still may have. And the great thing with this WP Blueprint training course is that no matter what your technical experience is, you can have a website up and running in 7 easy steps. And that has a retail value of $1,000. You're also going to get transcripts of all the videos. You'll be getting transcripts of all the videos which you can refer to at any time you wish. And the great thing with WP Blueprint is that you'll be able to see instant results. And that has a value of $497. So here's what you're going to get today. You're going to get the 8 weekly WP Fast Track video series valued at $796. You're going to get the 8 one-on-one coaching calls valued at $4,000. You're going to get the 4 fortnightly Q&A sessions, as well as all transcripts of all the videos valued at $497. That has a total value of $6,293. An extremely valuable resource containing a wealth of information not easily obtained elsewhere. This is Peter Miller, a certified financial planner from Darlinghurst, New South Wales. And Pete goes on to say, I look forward to making extensive use of this material as I start building more sites in the future and improving the ones I have already built using WordPress. I have a ranking and am starting to make sales. With my old website, I used to pay high monthly fees for nothing as I wasn't being seen, but now I have a ranking and am starting to make sales. This is Marie Schmidt from Melton. She lives in the same suburb of me, and I came across Marie one day at a flea market where she was selling her handmade jewellery. I asked Marie if she had the website, and she said she did, and it was with Vistaprint, which was not really search engine friendly. So I told her about the pitfalls of having a site with Vistaprint and asked her if she'd like me to create a WordPress site for her. She agreed on this, and I got her ranking to #1 in quite a few keywords. But alas, Marie was diagnosed with cancer about 18 months ago, and she has recently undertaken chemotherapy, so she had to give up making the jewellery and also give up on a site which has been left to fall to the rankings, and I think it's no longer up and running now. But I wish Marie all the best in 2014. He has the proven skill to help anyone to monetize their internet and social media efforts. This is Phil Polson from the Sales Drive Group. Stuart and I now communicate on a regular basis, and his overall in-depth internet knowledge, gained by pure determination and hard work and willingness to help with crowdsourcing and traffic creation ideas, has been truly amazing. He has the proven skill to help anyone to monetize their internet and social media efforts. This man is another who will make a difference. Phil was so impressed that I was able to get his WordPress site to #1 for various keywords that he actually asked me to come on board and be his business partner. So Phil and I are now looking forward to a great 2014. So, for being here today, I want to give you this amazing offer. Why? Well, I only coach a small group of people at a time. Otherwise, I cannot give true value. And once that limit is reached, the offer is off the table. I'm also going to ask you for feedback on the program so that I can charge a higher price later on. I also want to reward you for taking the effort of being here today on this webinar. So for today only, you won't pay $6,293, but a single one-off payment of $497. That's right, one single payment of $497. And to secure your place now, all you need to do is go to www.wordpresscoachingschool.com/WP to secure your place right now. That's the URL once again, www.wpcoachingschool.com/WP to get your copy now. And remember, it's a one-off payment of just $497. Plus, I want to reward you if you already made up your mind and are an action taker. That's right. If you have decided that this course is for you and you're an action taker, you'll be happy to hear that you're going to get these awesome bonuses as well. So bonus one is live webinars. You will receive 2 live webinars which will help you fine-tune your website so that you will be able to take it to the next level. Won't that be great? That has a value of $497. Not only that, you're going to get bonus number 2, my Google Services training course. And this consists of 8 videos on how to set up all the great tools Google gives you. You know, Google AdSense, Google Analytics, Webmaster Tools, which will help you track real-time statistics, find which search terms are used to find your website, a whole lot of other relevant information that will help drive a flood of traffic to your website. And that has a value of $247. Not only that, you're going to get bonus number 3, which is getting Facebook traffic training course. And this consists of 12 videos that reveal how to get massive amounts of traffic from the Facebook advertising system while spending as little money as possible. And this has a value of $497. You'll also be getting my Effective List Building Blueprint course. And this consists of a 2-part video series plus ebook, which will help you build an email list that will have you generating massive piles of cash on demand. And that has a value of $197. Also, I'm going to throw in this bonus. Bonus number 5, the ThemeForest WordPress theme. That's right. I am going to install a premium website which will help your site stand out from the crowd. Now, isn't this a great bonus? I will install a premium ThemeForest WordPress theme for you. And that has a value of $197. And the bonuses just keep going along. How's this? Bonus number 6, email and phone support. That's right. You'll get up to 12 weeks of email support, which means you can email me anytime with any of your questions related to training, and I'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours, or even quicker, depending on your question. Not only that, you'll also be given my personal mobile phone number so that you can contact me at any time during your training. Just remember, I do need sleep. And that has a value of $500. And how's this? You're also going to get my knockout bonus. So not only are you going to get the training course, all those 6 other bonuses, plus you're going to get this great knockout bonus. What is it? It's my website health check. That's right. You're going to get a one-on-one with me to go over your website with a fine-tooth comb to help you turn it into a money-making machine that runs 24/7. It's going to give you the edge over your competition. And that has a value of $1,000. That alone is worth the price of the course. So here's what you're going to get today. You're going to get the 8 fast-track videos valued at $796. You're going to get the 8 one-on-one coaching calls. You're also going to get the 4 fortnightly Q&A sessions valued at $1,000. You're going to get the transcripts of all the videos. You get the live webinars valued at $497, as well as the Google Services training course. You'll also be getting Facebook traffic training course valued at $497. My effective list building blueprint training course, as well as the WordPress theme from ThemeForest, which has a value of $197. We also get the email and phone support valued at $500. And finally, my knockout bonus, the website health check at $1,000. This has a grand total of $9,428. That's right, folks, a massive value of $9,428. But for being here today, and for all those action takers out there, you won't pay that. No, that's right. It's just going to be a single payment of $497. That's right. For the first 15 people today who purchase this course, you'll only have to pay $497. Now, I know a lot of you out there who are here today is when you first start out in your business, you have to wear a lot of caps, don't you? Am I right? You know, you've got to be administrator, you've got to be CEO, you've got to be marketing, you've got to be advertising, you've got to be the IT guy, and the list goes on. Well, what if there is a way you can circumnavigate some of that and have your website set up for you? That's right. It will be set up for you. I am offering you my done for you service. If you are one of the first 15 people, I will set up your website for you. I will do it all for you. Not only that, you'll also get the training modules and all of the bonuses so you can go through and learn it in your own time and start adding to the website. So how much would this cost? Well, if you went somewhere else and you did it yourself, it'd take you months, I reckon, to do this, to learn it all. Or you could pay someone to do it for you. And how much would that cost? Well, in Australia, I come across this site and they have initial setup charge of $295 plus $15 ongoing monthly charge and GST. That's just for a one-page site. In America, this company charges between $1,500 to $2,500 for a basic business-orientated WordPress website. And in the UK, this actual company actually charged a minimum of 5 hours to build a website at £225. So for a one-off payment of $497, you're going to get me to build your website for you. It's going to be a 5-page basic website. You get all the training program and all the bonuses that I've mentioned. So there's the URL, www.wpcoachingschool.com/WP. And remember, folks, it's a one-off payment of $497 for all those bonuses, all the training, and me setting up your WordPress site for you. That's the URL once again. Now, I know a lot of you people out there are probably still a bit skeptic, because if you're like me, you want a guarantee. You don't buy anything unless you have a guarantee. So here's my guarantee to you, a 30-day money-back guarantee. My risk-free, 100% total satisfaction guarantee to you is, use my system till you're blue in the face, open every section, use every secret, test out every strategy, and if within 30 days you change your mind, return it for a full 100% refund and a thank you from me for trying it out. That's right, 100% 30-day risk-free guarantee. Once again, for all you action takers out there, that's the URL, www.wpcoachingschool.com/WP, to get your copy of the course right now. And remember, it's a one-off payment for all those bonuses, all the training, and for me to install your WordPress site of $497. My name is Stuart Basker. I'd like to thank you all for being here today on this webinar, and I look forward to working with you all shortly.